It's interesting when they're teaching Russian at universities in the UK. They often start you with a textbook, and then they move on to another textbook and another textbook and another textbook, and they literally they don't allow you to have any real freedom during your studies. You don't really get a chance to interact enough. And what's interesting, in the third year of your education in UK, you generally go abroad. This is if you're studying a foreign language. So, for example, studying Russian, you would go to Russia, and this is for an entire year. And in that year, most people find that their language is never enough. They can never speak enough. They can't even communicate basic things. So it's quite important, I find, to be able to come online and speak with Russian people. I mean, I know that I'm in quite a fortunate position living in Russia myself, but for other students, I think that it's quite a difficult process for them. So that's why it's always interesting for me to hear whether people want to go to the UK or have been to the UK or the USA, of course. So it's always quite interesting.
Oh, can I ask something?
Please.
I have a question actually to Ilya. He said the textbook helps to start. And how much I don't know how much time it took to start to speak. You know, when you start studying language, you don't speak its language, and you have to start. It takes a little bit time. For example, I start to speak after 2 months, but I never read something. I have no textbooks, and I just playing a game. But by textbook, how much time it takes?
I don't know, I guess it depends on the person. Just impossible to predict. For example, when it came to me, I guess it happened to me after 3 months. And of course, I wasn't able to speak at all. But just me and my teacher, we took a text, and she asked me questions from the text. And I was trying to say as much as it would be possible to answer correctly, according to this text, but not on my own, because I don't believe in things when people say that after studying 2 months I was able to speak and I comprehended everything. I think it's a lie.
No,
it's not possible.
No, but first of all, it's possible because I saw that guy, but not me. I start speak after 2 months. It was primitive phrase. And I understand primitive phrase. Of course, I didn't speak fluently.
That's the general situation with a lot of people. I feel that after they start learning a language, after about 2 to 3 months, they generally start to be able to speak in very broken or basic phraseology. What I personally find is that most people really need to try and speak from the word go, really. So as soon as someone gets the green light and starts learning a language, they really do need to start to pronounce the different words that they're coming across. So whenever, say, I'm teaching English, you're not going to ever be quiet. You can't be quiet. You have to keep orating, to keep speaking, to keep being loud about your language. So I kind of agree with both Arti and Ilya in this situation. I think that Ilya's right for grammar. For grammar, it really is crucial to study and master it, because it's like the laws of the language. You have to follow them, otherwise you're not speaking correctly. Whereas Arti is also right in that sometimes, people don't need to use a textbook. You can go abroad and use it. It's just, it's a very circumstantial situation. Who else? What about you, Varvara? How did you learn your English?
Okay, I can say that in my school I had to use some textbooks. I can mention some of them. That is a good live and happy English. Yep. What a funny call. And so it was only way to learn English. So of course I learned it with my teacher,
Yeah.
English teacher, and in our school there wasn't any foreigners or some great and smart students to communicate with me and to debate or something like this. So it was only way to learn it for me.
Yeah.
But now when I have my certain purpose, so I just find myself that it's really boring for me to read something.
Yeah.
Because it's really boring to read something in Russian for me, yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm really lazy. So, but in medical university, it is really difficult to pay attention to some literature that is not medical. So
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean,
and I just it was once or two times when I visited some English pubs. It was for volunteers, and they were beginners, and it was so boring to try to learn some words that are written on some pieces of paper, and students even understand what is about it, what is it for really. So, and for me, the best way to learn English is to be involved in the process, to be funny. I don't know, to find myself that I'm really in comfortable environment. I don't know.
I agree. We call this in linguistics. This is often called active language. So basically, what you're doing is you're learning through an active process of actually.
And once I visited some lecture of English teacher, it was in linguistics university, not there when I'm studying. There were really special terms for this. And, of course, there were some rules for learning English, and not only English, learning different subjects, teaching them in our modern environment. Nowadays, our students want to be, I don't know, to use some modern vehicles, modern devices to learn something.
Yeah.
And the teacher sometimes have to came up with different methods to learn, to teach them. So it's like a very creative process.
So back to your question, Ilya. Make sure that you speak with other foreign people about this, because obviously I'm not definitive. But I think that personally, I do struggle with some individual people, but not everyone. And in a general sense of the word, I think I do understand people, even if they're speaking very, very in a very, very different accent to the one that I use. So, does anyone have any other questions by any chance? Any other questions?
No.
Nope. Excellent.
No.
Right. Well, I will be on Skype for text conversation throughout the evening. I do have an exam to study for, so I might not be very active, but I will answer some questions if you do send them to me via private message, of course. So, yes, please do definitely continue voice conversation, even if we're not here, if you fancy. This is basically the idea for the evening from me, that, that's not given the whole thing. I'm assuming everyone is aware of very good sites for information, news from British from British sources. This one that I've just sent to you all is a reasonably applicable source for your level. It should give you new vocabulary, and it should actually be an active involvement with language. It's not just like reading a text. It's actually reading something that you want to read. So in this case, I hope that helps all of you. And I would say that if you want to actually talk to me personally, you can add me here on Skype. I know you must hate reading. You can also something here on it. I believe they have a YouTube channel, so you can always find some stuff on their YouTube channel. But anyway, do add me on Skype, and then you can talk with me personally about anything that you find. And that's what I would suggest that you do for helping improve your English for now. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
It was great.
Thank you very much. It was great to speak with you all. It was a real pleasure, as always.
Thank you very much.
Good luck in passing your exams.
Thank you very much. I hope to see all of you again at the next Sweet Club.
Yeah, next Sunday, 9:30.
That's the one. Okay, cool. Have a good evening then, everyone.
The same to you. Bye.
You too. Goodbye.